Prime Minister Narendra Modi endorses India Today coverage. Reposts Shiv Aroor's My Take lashes out at the opposition. That's the Prime Minister re-quoting my colleague Shiv Aroor's very popular segment, My Take. The Prime Minister says, may Congress be happy with arrogance and ignorance. Beware of opposition's divisive agenda. The Prime Minister said, old habit of 70 years to divide India, beware. Old habits die hard is what the Prime Minister is indicating in that quote, tweet that essentially he's put out. He says, the wisdom, such is the wisdom of the people that they have to be prepared for many more meltdowns ahead. May they be happy with their ignorance, lies, pessimism and arrogance, but beware of their divisive agenda. An old habit of 70 years can't go away so easily. Remember this after Shiv himself had put out his My Take, saying meltdown-e-Azam, listing out the kind of reactions that had been coming in after Congress's defeat in 3 states and victory in 1. Shiv, in fact, in his My Take, and we'll put that out in just a few seconds from now, had spoken out about the fact that there are various reasons that the Congress and the opposition were giving for Congress's loss, including playing along the north-south divide is what Shiv, in fact, had spoken about. The Prime Minister has quote-tweeted Shiv's My Take, speaking about how this is the agenda of the opposition and may they be happy with their arrogance, lies, pessimism and ignorance. Listen in to Shiv's My Take first.
Voters in the Hindi heartland have low literacy. Voters in the Hindi heartland have higher fertility. Voters in the Hindi heartland prefer Hindutva. Voters in the Hindi heartland have rewarded big business. Voters have appeased fascism. Shivraj Singh Chauhan has defeated Modi. BJP has done manipulation in the heartland. Kamal Nath has defeated Rahul Gandhi. Bhupesh Baghel has betrayed the Gandhis. Cowbelt always drags India down. Hindi heartland is full of communal bigots. For a majority of Indians, only religion matters. Congress social media department has failed. Congress soft Hindutva has failed. Anti-Muslim bigotry has won across the country. Hindutva trumps social and economic issues. Hindi heartland only votes on Gomutra and Gobar. Gautam Adani has won in Chhattisgarh. South India is more aware than North India. North-South divide has become sharper than ever. People go to South for jobs and then vote BJP to power in the North. People vote for BJP and then migrate to the South for better quality of living. Congress deliberately lost these elections because of the pattern seen in 2003 and 2018, where the party that won these 3 states went on to lose the general election 6 months later. Hindi belt is hopeless and should be abandoned. Abusing Sanatan Dharma had zero impact. Why would people in the Hindi belt care about what DMK leader has said? Electronic voting machines should be checked. Cannot put it past BJP to have manipulated them in the Hindi states, but not in Telangana. And finally, being defeated is no big deal because vote share figures have largely held firm. Viewer, these are just some of the excuses being made for the election results in Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. An entire ecosystem of commentators and analysts throwing voters under the bus, labeling them as illiterate gawars, mindless thugs who've got nothing better to do than to reject the anti-BJP forces. Low-level losers who don't have the gumption to be grateful that those looking to oust the BJP spent all their time simply abusing the Prime Minister rather than offering an alternate vision, a positive vision for the future. An electorate that within minutes of the result has been flung under the bus, discarded with contempt because of who they voted for. The amazing laundry list of excuses for the election results today are surprising. The Congress has actually won really important elections this year, first in Karnataka and in Telangana now. But that hasn't stopped its own leaders from pushing a dumbly suicidal North-South agenda. Does the Congress actually believe that somehow highlighting a notional north-south divide puts them in a good position for 2024? Can you win a national election by making one part of the country somehow look superior to the other? Surely the party hasn't washed its hands off the national election 6 months from now. Contempt for one another has become normalized in a hostile, no-holds-barred political atmosphere that we've all fanned to an angry flame. And I'll take my share of the blame also for that. But contempt for voters will always be fraught with danger. And that's what the anti-BJP forces are risking by normalizing this systematic, casual scorn being poured on the electorate, on voters, by suggesting that the North is inferior to the South, or that the South is somehow more elevated because it has chosen the Congress, or that the North is somehow just the cow belt and these are clueless losers who don't know what's good for them. Elections will come and go. Voters may forget what you did for them, but they'll never forget how you made them feel.
There was a laundry list of petty excuses that were being put out by many people. That is something that Shiv, in fact, had listed out in his very popular segment, My Take, and that essentially has been, quote, retweeted by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has spoken about the fact that the opposition is arrogant and that they are ignorant.